Remember the sound of a TV clicking on, the screen glowing like a campfire in the living room? Back in America, before smartphones lived in our pockets, Friday nights meant rewinding a VHS with your fingers crossed, and Saturday mornings meant cartoon marathons and sugar cereal. We measured time by commercials, guarded our spot on the couch like a throne, and used pencil erasers to rescue cassette tapes. Today, we're counting down 10 things only 1990s American kids will remember. The smells, the sounds, the little rituals that turned ordinary days into core memories. From dial-up screeches to neon lunchbox snacks, see how many you still feel in your bones. Ready to time travel? Let's hit play. 1. Saturday morning cartoons and sugar cereal. Saturday morning was a ritual. You woke up earlier than any school day, tiptoed past sleeping parents, and claimed the remote like Excalibur. Pajamas on, cereal poured, maybe you mixed Lucky Charms with Cocoa Puffs because you were a visionary. Then you parked in front of a glowing lineup: X-Men, Rugrats, Animaniacs, Batman, the animated series. The theme songs were alarms for the soul. When one ended, you sprinted for a refill during commercials like it was the Super Bowl. No streaming, no pausing, just you, the TV tray, and the weekly cliffhanger. If the sun hit the blinds just right, the dust sparkles. Felt like confetti celebrating your kid-sized kingdom. 2. Dial-up internet, AOL CDs, and get off the phone. The internet used to sound like a robot arguing with a fax machine. You'd click connect, listen to the dial-up screech, and pray no one picked up the phone. Screen names were your secret identity, and away messages were poetry. BRB, doing homework. LOL. You stacked free trial AOL CDs like coasters next to the beige family computer that lived in the hallway, where privacy went to die. Chat rooms felt like portals. Buddy lists were your social scoreboard. If someone called the house, boom, disconnected. Then came the negotiation. Can you not call grandma for like 30 minutes? 3. Blockbuster Fridays and Be Kind Rewind. Friday night was pilgrimage night. You pushed through the heavy glass doors, greeted by fluorescent light and the soft smell of plastic cases. You scanned the new releases wall like a treasure map, praying the last copy was waiting behind that cardboard display. Debates broke out, Space Jam or The Sandlot, while parents circled the 2 for $5 candy like hawks. At home, the sacred rule: be kind, rewind. Maybe you had one of those car-shaped rewinders that made tapes whir like tiny engines. Late fees loomed like thunderclouds, but the staff pick's shelf felt like a friend's recommendation. Popcorn popped, VCR swallowed the tape, and suddenly the living room turned into a theater. 4. Nickelodeon, Snick, and Slime. Saturday nights had an alternate identity: SNICK. You claimed the couch, dimmed the lights, and parked under the glow of that big orange logo. Are You Afraid of the Dark turned basements into no-go zones, while all that gave us sketch comedy heroes before bedtime. The Double Dare obstacle course lived rent-free in our imaginations. Who didn't want to dive into a giant nose for a flag? Orange blimps floated through the Kids' Choice Awards like UFOs of approval, and slime was less a substance and more a lifestyle. If you knew the Snick couch look by heart, you were part of the club, equal parts goofy, spooky, and proudly sticky. 5. Mall culture, food courts, arcades, and photo booth strips. The mall wasn't a building, it was a biosphere. You entered to the perfume blast from department stores and emerged hours later with pretzel salt on your fingers. The food court felt international: pizza slice, orange chicken sample, neon lemonade. Arcades buzzed like beehives, quarters stacked on the Mortal Kombat screen to call next, tickets spitting out like confetti for a plastic spider ring. You'd drift past Suncoast and Sam Goody to preview CDs at listening stations, giant headphones, tiny courage. Photo booths were our Instagram. 4 frames, goofy faces, 1 strip to trade or tape inside a locker. If you had a pager clip you didn't need, congrats, you were mall royalty. 6. School life, Trapper Keepers, Lisa Frank, and overhead projectors. School supplies were a personality test. The Trapper Keeper Velcro ripped like a starter pistol every period change, while Lisa Frank binders shouted in neon dolphins and rainbow tigers. Pencil boxes clicked open to reveal gel pens, mechanical pencils, maybe a troll doll mascot with a lucky hairdo. Teachers battled overhead projectors that ran hot like mini-suns, sliding transparencies with squeaky markers and risking that moment when the bulb popped mid-lesson. Book covers were DIY. Brown grocery bags customized with doodles and band logos. 7. Toy and fad mania. Beanie Babies, Pogs, Tamagotchi Recess was a marketplace with no adults and a booming economy of hype. Beanie Babies had tag protectors like they were museum pieces, and we swore the Princess Diana Bear would fund college. Pogs clacked in stacks. Cardboard milk caps turned gladiators, while slammers felt like Excalibur in your palm. Strategy, luck, and a little playground politics decided who walked away with the haul. Then came Tamagotchi, the digital pet that beeped at 3 a.m., like an infant trapped in a keychain. You fed it, cleaned up pixel poop, and panicked when it died during math. Trading, collecting, caring. We were tiny investors and caretakers, chasing trends like they were destiny. 8. Snack time. Lunchables, Dunkaroos, Ecto Cooler, Capri Sun. Lunch was social currency. If you cracked open a pizza Lunchables, you were basically hosting a pop-up pizzeria at the cafeteria table. Cold sauce, rubbery cheese, still elite. Dunkaroos were a frosting economy. Ration it or go all in and regret nothing. Capri Sun pouches tested your surgical aim. Stab the straw too hard and you'd geyser sticky juice across your tray. And if someone brought Hi-C Ecto Cooler, instant celebrity. After school, you'd negotiate snack swaps like Wall Street traders. Gushers for fruit by the foot. Anyone? 9. Console wars and cartridge culture. You had to choose a side. SNES or Sega Genesis. Did you speak Mario or Sonic? Sleepovers meant stacks of controllers, a tangle of cords, and fierce negotiations over who got player 1. The N64 era crowned the living room as battlefield. 4-way split-screen GoldenEye. House rules like no odd job, and the sacred no-screen-looking oath nobody kept. Memory cards became little vaults for PS, one saves, and renting a game from the video store was a weekend bet. Could you beat it before it was due? No patches, no updates, just pure skill, sore thumbs, and victory music blasting through tiny TV speakers. 10. Y2K jitters and the 2000 New Year. As December 31st, 1999 crept closer, the grown-ups got weird. News anchors talked about computers freaking out at midnight like they were Cinderella's pumpkins. Some families stocked water jugs and canned beans. Others planned the biggest party of the century. You might remember peeking at the microwave clock and the VCR display, both blinking 12 o'clock, wondering if the lights would flicker. The countdown felt extra electric. 10, 9, 8, and then nothing broke. Fireworks bloomed, confetti rained, and everyone laughed with the kind of relief you feel after a scary movie. For 90s kids, Y2K was our first brush with a global what if, followed by a sparkling, we're fine. Quick background. Why this hits, back in America. Why does a whiff of plastic VHS cases or the crunch of a Capri Sun straw hit so hard? Because the 90s were the last wide-open stretch of analog childhood in America before everything went on demand. We organized life by TV blocks and store hours, not algorithms. Culture lived in physical places. Living rooms, malls, arcades, rental aisles. So memories are tied to locations, textures, and tiny rituals. Rewinding tapes, feeding pixel pets, stacking quarters. Shared scarcity made moments feel bigger. If you missed a show, you missed it. You learned patience, negotiation, and the art of making your own fun between commercials. In a world that now fits in a phone, these tactile, time-boxed experiences feel rare, and that rarity is why they sparkle so brightly in our heads. If any of this made you smile, you're officially a 90s kid at heart. Back in America, our biggest plans were renting the right movie, beating the boss level, and saving enough quarters for one more arcade run. Drop a comment with the one smell, sound, or snack that teleports you straight back. Did we miss your favorite show, toy, or mall hangout? Tell us. And hey, share this with a friend who still says, be kind, rewind,